Hey everyone, Beta1 here, and this is a review on the Collector SMG and a build that I figured out that would work and works quite well with the Collector SMG. On the Destroyer, which is the soldier, you want his devastating mode set up for accuracy, and you'd think on rank 5 that you want rate of fire because that's usually what you want with like a Harrier or something like that. You actually want magazine size because this gun, the clip size is so tiny. I've actually used this gun on like a Drell, and it was so tough to use, but I finally figured it out, and you can still use it on other characters. But on this guy, it works very well because you get the increased magazine size on Devastating mode, and on rank 6, you get a damage bonus, so the gun actually gets better. Now, this is the thing for this gun. What I wanted to do is choose a character that has an additional power that can help you destroy enemies a little faster. I will show you how to use the gun though, but in this situation, I decided to use the missiles, the Havoc missiles, on the destroyer, just to get a little bit of extra damage as I am shooting my gun and stagger enemies as much as I can. So for rank 4, normally I'd like shield penalty, but due to the fact that I wanted I wanted to have as much power behind me, I chose damage and force on the missile in rank 4. And um, and this is actually very useful on platinum, guys. You know, this is a platinum guide, so you will see this SMG do damage on platinum. Now, rank 5, instead of refire time, this is good because it'll continue shooting a lot of missiles at once. You want armor damage because if you're playing this on platinum, you want this missile to be able to do something. And mind you, you're losing 50% of your shields, and which makes this guy a lot less tankier. And you can go down a lot if you don't play well with him. On rank 6, you want Hydra missiles. Now, the reason I chose Hydra missiles is because now instead of having a refire rate, now I have more missiles going at the enemy, and they do a lot of damage. So this is kind of what I want. I'm trying to use to get the Collector SMG, but at the same time have another power that is constantly helping me kill the enemy slowly, or little by little, so that finally, as the Collector SMG is able to do the damage that it does well. Now, you will be surprised with this build. I was surprised. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was very surprised how good the Collector SMG did because I wasn't a fan of it, and I kind of figured it out. And now that I figured it out, I kind of like it. Kind of like it a little bit. Anyways, for the Destroyer, I chose damage and capacity on the training, and on rank 5. Normally I recommend headshots, and that's definitely what I recommend most of the time. This time for this kind of build, I chose power damage. It's based around the SMG, but I definitely recommend headshots if you really focus a lot on headshots because you get that huge damage bonus, especially on primes and banshees. Now for rank 6 is weapon damage. I want to make sure that this SMG is truly powerful. Now for training, I always give him max health and shields. This guy needs it, especially with using the missiles that your shields are reduced to 50%. Now, in regards to the SMG, I brought my acolyte for this guy to use against the phantoms. I never use it, but I stood on the SMG. Now, what you want to use the magazine size and the heat sink to make sure that first of all you got a higher clip size, and at the same time you get a chance that your gun won't overheat. Now the heat sink seems to work with this guy, although I'm not quite sure if it's buggy yet. I'm not quite sure yet. Now, if for whatever reason you don't have the heat sink and you're not going to use armor piercing rounds, then use the high velocity barrel. At least like that you have armor piercing on the SMG. If you're just going to use the SMG, you don't have armor piercing rounds, so do that. Now, the way I did it is I'm just simply, truly, totally am just going to use the SMG, and I'm allowing the Havoc missiles to shoot for me. Now, because of that, I will die here and there. Most of the time when I use this guy, I don't really die much at all. When I don't spec the Havoc missiles, but now that I have the missiles, I think I'm saying it right. It might not be Havoc, but anyways. Now, one thing I like about the Destroyer, so they did something to him. I don't know. He seems a little different. Just his movement, the way he looks. I haven't used him in a little bit, and after the Retaliation DLC update, I finally started using him. He seems just different. He seems a little different. Seems a little faster. Now, I am using the Adrenaline module. I like to use the Adrenaline module on this guy because, as you know, when you have Devastator mode, um, he's slow, but I want devastated mode because I want the bonuses. Now, what I'm doing with this gun now I'm gonna show you guys how to use this gun because I had to learn how to use it, and this is probably the way you definitely want to use it for other characters. Now, as you can see, what I am shooting the gun and then I'm using it in bursts. So what I am doing is I'm shooting, 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 shooting. When I get to about 20, I see that the clip gets down to about 20, then I stop. I let it refill. It refills really fast, and I shoot again. Stop, refill, shoot again. Stop, refill. But I don't let it refill all the way. If I have a chance to, I will. But what I'm doing is I'm shooting in bursts, and I'm allowing the Havoc missile to just do enough damage to help me out with my SMG kills. And you will see, I will actually get quite a few SMG kills. Now, this video is about two things. Well, a few things. One is a review on the Collector SMG. I actually like it now. I wasn't a really big fan of it. I think with the right setup, I put. Let me just tell you what I put here on the gear bonus. I put the SMG amp 5. Okay, so it gives me a plus 15% damage bonus. I also put the SMG rail amp 3. So that gives you another damage bonus, and I put armor piercing rounds 4. So that I do have the bonuses of that, and on the destroyer I have the damage bonuses that I get from Devastator mode. Oh, here guys, I wasn't paying attention here. But anyways, yeah, on Devastator mode. So I do have all these bonuses on this gun, and I gotta be honest with you, I went through this whole platinum gameplay, and yeah, this is not the gun that's gonna put you on the top of the scoreboard, guys. It's you're not gonna score high with this gun, but it actually did very well on the destroyer. I was actually very very surprised now, and I what I told the guys is I was gonna get a little bit more aggressive. I will go forward and actually just shoot the gun in burst. See, I do burst, 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 but I do a lot of damage. Even though I don't get all the kills, there's a lot of damage. My team is actually helping me out. We play as a unit. We're always making sure we're destroying as many targets as possible. So we're not worried about who gets the kill or anything like that. But this gun, you see that it does quite a bit of damage with this setup like this. And this is kind of like the way I recommend to use it. If you do, oh god, this guy just caught me. But anyways, don't do that, by the way. I always try to kill the enemy first before you pick up your buddy, and I just kind of that was a mistake on my part. But anyways, if you use the gun this way, and the way if you look at the counter on my gun, you see that it goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, halfway. It never really. It's very very rare in this gameplay that you see me overheat. That's because first of all, my clip size is a little higher than normal than what you would get on this gun, and at the same time, I am making sure that I'm shooting it in bursts. I'm shooting like about 40 rounds or 50 rounds, and then just letting it refill itself, and then coming back to it. But it's actually really, really good. If you really focus on headshots and use it this way, it works out very well. I mean, you don't necessarily have to always do headshots. I mean, headshots are great. You get a huge damage bonus regardless. Even if you don't choose the damage bonus on the training, you still get a very good damage bonus. Now, besides the way this SMG works, I've been getting asked kind of like for farming tactics and techniques, and I wanted to let you guys know. Well, first of all, the whole debate about whether what's farming or what's not farming, it's just I really it's not something that I really care much about. But I guess if you guys want to know what I do when I am trying to get more credits for new DLC, I will tell you I do two things. Okay, I do on the day before the DLC, I do a few speed runs, and I could possibly do a video on that, but I'd like to do it with another team. I'd like to do it with a team that constantly does speed runs, that is known to do speed runs, and I think I have an idea of who I want to bring in for that, but it's all up to them. I will see if they're interested in it. I've done quite a few speed runs before in the past. It's not a problem. It's a complicated tactic, but I would like to do possibly let me continue telling you guys about this. So what I do is I do about maybe 15, 12, or 13-minute speed runs. It's 12 to 15-minute speed runs on Platinum Glacier versus Cerberus, and that's what I do on before the other DLC. And you have people set up in 4 different parts of the map. Everybody's camped out appropriately, and we use missiles on ways 5, 8, and 9, and we make sure that we are taking out spawns and we're using missiles appropriately. We're using our powers effectively. So that's usually how we do speed runs, and we try not to go over 15 minutes. And you can, I'll do that on platinum. I could do that maybe about 3 games, and then that's it. I get bored. I can't do more than that. I'll do like maybe 3 or 4, and then that's it. I'll do something else. Now, the other thing that I do is play a chill game. Now, the easiest maps, okay, to farm, I guess, if you want to call it farming, I guess. And again, guys, I'm not gonna show you guys any cheap little tricks on these maps. I'm sorry. I said it in a previous video. Somebody has a video of farming platinum Rio. You got a little corner, and I'm gonna be honest. I've never been able to do that. I've just never been able to just sit in one little room and just kind of hold that out. It's just been really really tough. I mean, I'll show you some tactics on, you have zones and regions that I recommend, to be around, especially on platinum. On gold, hey, listen, I'll run gold all over the place without even thinking about it. Especially with this new Collector SMG. This is actually really nice with this guy. I like to have some more fun with this SMG. But anyways, I'm not gonna show you guys something like that. Platinum farming Rio in a little corner with the ammo box, and everybody's just hanging out there and just staying there, all claustrophobic. That's just doesn't seem fun to me. I want to play the game. I want to play it hard. I want to be, want to be hardcore. But if I do want to, like, I guess, quote unquote farm, right? And this is one of the maps that I would use. Why? Because you could play Cerberus on Firebase Giant and hang out in this general area. Now, mind you, I am not in the right spot for farming, I guess, because this is what I'm doing here is trying to show you the collector SMG gameplay. Now, you see where my character's going? I'm going back here to this backside. If you have 4 people in that back area and kind of like here also, you will be totally fine. What you want to do is you want to hang out by extraction and just manage all the enemies, so have them funnel in, and what will happen is everybody is just shooting at those targets together, and because of that, the enemies don't have a chance. You could do that with an all biotic team or a team that has high DPS, use destroyers or infiltrators, whatever you want to use, whatever you're good with. And what'll happen is if you do the game right and you use missiles in ways 5, 8, and 9 to immediately go after at least one spawn point in the beginning, which they will spawn in the control room, by the way. They will not. If your entire team is here, they will spawn in the control room across the way. So you will have make sure somebody runs in there, and I do it here in this map for a moment. So if you guys want to know a chill game, this is a chill game right here. Firebase Giant, hang out here by extraction, exactly where my character is at. I mean, you see where Senile is. That's another spot right there. We have one guy there, one guy in the back. When the Banshees come in, we bring her around. We bring her to the backside and we all take her out together. So that would be, I guess, if you want to play a chill farming game, I would choose Platinum, Firebase Giant, Cerberus. And now Cerberus has changed, guys. On wave 7 used to be what you call the infiltrator wave. It's still kind of the infiltrator wave, except that it used to be Phantoms and Geth Hunters. Now it's Phantoms and Dragoons. So the Cerberus has changed. So ever since the new Retaliation DLC, Cerberus definitely has changed to a certain extent. That now they have the Dragoons, and you've seen them here. Actually, one of them just smashed me earlier. And due to the fact that I am using Devastator, the Havoc missiles on this guy, well, because of that, because of the missiles, well, I lost 50% of my shield, so my shield bonuses on devastated mode are gone. I don't even have them, so this guy's just spec'd out for damage. And as you can see, because of that, my collector SMG is actually doing quite well. And even at the end, I don't outscore because of it, because I'm pretty much just using a collector SMG. I'm just going around with it, and again, this is not meant for outscoring, but I think I get to level 2 or something. I think in the second on the leaderboard, but it just comes to show you that the build like this would actually work. And if you use the collector SMG, now this is platinum, guys, so since platinum, then the enemies have a lot more armor, they take a lot, they need a lot more. This build, I would believe that this build right now, the one that I have for you for the collector SMG, would totally destroy on gold. I mean, I am just really just doing a lot of damage on enemies here on platinum. So if you guys take this build for gold, I mean, you will be gold, you know, because it's just so good. I mean, I'm just literally going after atlases, going after enemies, and it's working out quite well. Here we got targets, what we've 6, by the way. That's why I ran in there, and I got jacked up a little bit. But anyways, that's where I met a Joseph for. And so yeah, so if you take this build with the Collector SMG that I'm giving to you guys, you will literally destroy gold, silver, and bronze. So if you're a gold player, try this out. I think you guys are gonna actually thank me. Or if you have any suggestions as to maybe a slight modification to the way I build it, go right ahead. Post that on the on the YouTube comments, and I will try it out. Just to let you guys know, I actually had fun with this because after really working out this collector SMG, I mean, at first I tried on the draw and I was just like, man, a 40 clip size. Are you kidding me? This thing is just garbage. But after trying it out like this, to increase the clip size, and you you this build works with the destroyer regardless. I mean, this is an okay build. I make him a lot more tankier because I like him to survive more. I don't like taking 2 hits and I'm almost, my shields and my health are all down. But this build on gold, silver, or bronze would actually just annihilate everything with just the collector SMG. And a matter of fact, guys, I would love it if you guys created this build, and just played it on gold, silver, and bronze, and come back and let me know how it went. All right, just try it out. Go in a random lobby, just have fun with it, and just like surprise the crap out of everybody. But play well. You know what I mean? Just don't play well. But I would love it if you guys did that. I would love to get the response and see what you guys did with it, how you guys went. And so far, I think I'm the only person who's rated the collector SMG so far. Anyways, I am gonna do reviews on the sniper rifle, which I like a lot. It's just the clips, the same thing. Clip size, just forget it. The collector assault rifle, I've had it for the longest. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to review that one last. It's okay, but I will figure out what will be the best thing, because it's these guns. There's a reason why they brought these guns, and I see now that the collector SMG can actually be very useful. And if you use it in bursts, it's actually really 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 good. I mean, it's not bad if you use it this way. And if you're gonna use your SMG rail lamps, even whether it's 1, 2, or 3, and now with the new updates after retaliation, you can see how much what the damage bonuses are by using those rail lamps. You can see if you use armor piercing rounds 1, 2, or 3, or 4. What are the damage bonuses? What are the piercing bonuses? So that's great, it'll definitely work out. Now, if I had drill rounds, it'd be interesting. I use armor piercing rounds here because I didn't think I was going to use drill rounds, but this map would be good for drill rounds because I could actually, if I knew that the enemy, let's say, is an atlas right through the this concrete, I could just shoot through the concrete. That's what drill rounds are for, guys. They go through a certain amount of meters. So I was testing it out before, and it was really really awesome. I was using it on a claymore, and there was an atlas right here in Firebase Giant, and through the concrete, I just shot him twice and just destroyed them. So drill rounds are really cool for that. The armor piercing rating is lower than the armor piercing rounds. The armor piercing rounds are better if you just want to use armor piercing rounds for just armor targets, and you're not thinking about playing a map like this that you're gonna have to shoot through the walls. Um, or smaller maps are great for drill rounds. So, anyways, I actually going back to what I was saying, okay, in regards to farming, okay. So, in regards to getting credits and all that, if you gotta you playing with in a random lobby, or you just want to set up a game, and you tell everybody, hey, let's just hang out here by extraction. You should be fine. If you missile on ways 5, 8, and 9, this game will take you 24 minutes, maybe less. This game took us 24 minutes, which is the normal for us. It might take you 28 minutes. I mean, I don't know. That's fine. I mean, a 30-minute platinum game is okay. That's a little long, but this game took 24 minutes, and that should be fine. You could do a few games of that. It's not a speed run map. It's not a 15-minute, 12-minute kind of map. You can definitely try it. It's doable. Anything is doable. anything is possible. But if you guys are really asking me, I've been getting asked all the time. So how would you, could create something about farming or whatever? To me, every game really is farming because you're just getting credits. It doesn't even. I don't know. I play for fun, guys. I play platinum all the time. That's why I have pretty much everything maxed out at level 10, and I get a lot of credits. But I don't really. I don't know. I'm not. Wouldn't consider myself a farmer. I'm constantly playing new games. Like if you ask the guys who play with me, they know since I am trying to put new footage and new challenges that I get, they know that they're gonna play with me. They're gonna have a fun game. It's gonna be challenging. It's gonna be different. Like if you guys watch the all adept gameplay that I did doing all biotics against collectors, that was one of the hardest platinum games that I had to do because collectors are hard. But I did it. It took us a little while. We tried it. Everybody had fun, and at the end, we got so good at what we were doing. I was using the drill adapt. Everybody else was using their adapts too. We had a bolus. It was a lot of fun, guys. And but everybody that played with me, not only did their skills get better, but at the same time, they got to understand the enemy better. They got to understand the collectors wave to wave, and at the same time, we had a great time. And by the time we got a video worthy, what I call video worthy, because it's not that we didn't extract, it's not that we didn't get to wave 10. It's just, I wanted to make sure that we get, to wave to extraction. That I'm not zero gels and just hardly, living and surviving, because the collectors it was that tough. But when I mean video worthy, in the sense that I'm showing you guys the best tactics, and I'm showing you guys good gameplay, not just overpowered gameplay like meaning I'm on top or whatever. I could care less, guys. I'll have videos. I'll put a video that I'm all the way at the bottom, because again, I play with really really good players. Now, what I do want to show you is that if you feel like, if you want to know what I do, okay, so this is what I do. I'll play a few glacier speed runs, 15-minute runs to get credits, and because I guess that's what speedrunners can do. We'll do a few games of that, and I don't consider myself a real speedrunner because I'm fine with both kind of games. But if you want to play like a chill game, you don't want to do speed runs, you're just so bored of it because, guys, it gets boring. It really does get boring. Then you can just play like a Firebase Jade game, hang out here by extraction, have everybody together. And what's good about this back part here is that you have cover from fire from the enemies coming from your right, and at the same time, if a Banshee comes in, everybody can take her out together, and you can back up, towards the back area where everybody's at. There, you have some cover here. You have an ammo box. You have 3 lanes. You have this one in front, one in the center, and on the left side. And a lot of times the hacks are there already. The objectives are there. Look how we're backing up. We're backing up and taking even more cover. So if you want like a chill game, you want to get into platinum, but you feel like, oh man, platinum's so hard. Well, I recommend Cerberus. And I recommend Firebase Giant. You can hang out back here, take this build with a Collector SMG, and play like this, and you can do a 24-minute run, and on waves 5, 8, and 9. Just make sure that at least you rock a missile to one of the spawn points, and do that. Now, guys, you see me drop here quite a bit. I dropped quite a bit on this gameplay only because I'm using the missiles. Now, I was just the first time using the missiles in a while. In all honesty, I haven't used the new missiles, since they buffed them, since they came out. But I'm kind of glad I did that, and I wasn't ready for using them. Like I wasn't ready, because I'm used to using this guy more tankier. I set up his powers so that I could have more shield recharge delay. I could have more shield boost, higher shield boost, and I make him really tanky. The way I normally use him, I could take 2 Banshee warp balls and just all it does is drop my shields, and my health is still intact. So that's usually the way I set him up. But this setup is not that bad. Actually, this setup, even though I am rocking in a platinum, I die here and there. You got a team. This setup, I believe, with the Collector SMG, will actually work very well on gold and silver. So, guys, try it out, please, please, please. I know I said it before, I'll say it again. Try it out because I would love to get feedback and comments as to how it worked out for you. And if you have any ideas of how to make the Collector SMG a build on another character, let me know. Let me know because I may just use that build on another video and just give you, I'll give you the credit. I'll let you guys know, who did it, and this is another, Collector SMG. Remember, people are trying to figure out the Collector, the new Retaliation DLC. So right now, so far, this is a build that actually worked out quite well. And I enjoyed it actually. I got some really nice kills with it. As you can see, I got some Atlas kills, I got some Banshee kills, and it really tears through the enemies as long as you use it this way in bursts. So, anyways, try it out, check it out. Let me know what you think, guys. And in regards to playing a chill, easy game, you know. Giant Cerberus works out usually after wave 10 objective. What you want to do, just to let you know, what you want to do is just once the objective is done, just missile everything if you can. Just clean out the spawns. Clean out whatever's left. Like here we have two banshees. I'm just killing them, getting them out of the way. And then I go down to the control room, go up to the control room, and like I'm going right now, I'm getting there ready, making sure they don't spawn in there, and then we just wait to draw the enemies in. When it's 45 seconds, then you start running out. But and now when the direction that you head out towards extraction is situational. Now you have to determine whether they are coming from the enemy is really overwhelming you from the ramp on the left side or from this ramp that I am right now. You see my character on. So now that's why we have two guys over there on the top. Me and I believe is C now or Nightbat on the bottom. But anyways, we're here. I'm using the Collector SMG. We got this Dragoon who's like it's just, I mean, they're so they're crazy. I like them a lot. I think they look really freaking cool, but they are they're just horrible, man. They just like whip you. But anyways, you just wait about 45 seconds, and then you head out. You just forget any enemy, just dodge them, just keep on running and get to extraction, and then you camp out there until the clock ends, and you should be totally fine. So guys, this is the Collector SMG. It works really, really nice. Put some armor piercing rounds on it, put the heat sink, and put the extra ammo capacity, and go to town. Use it on the destroyer. This guy he can definitely handle it, and use it in bursts, okay? But it doesn't have to be short bursts. Make it long bursts. If you have it set this way, then you should have at least a clip size. I think it's about 96 or 98. And then what will happen is as you shoot it, get to like 50 or 60, even 80. 80 rounds that you've already been just shooting straight for 80 rounds, and then just release the trigger, let it breathe a little bit, or release your button on your on PC, and then just it'll right away start reloading itself. It's actually really good. It's much faster than like the collector rifle. So I'm sorry, than the particle rifle. I apologize. So it's because of that, it refills itself really fast, and due to the fact that if you have it set up this way, you have a higher count, and it works out much much better. But anyways, guys, this is my review of the Collector SMG and a few tips on some chill games on Firebase Giant versus Cerberus Platinum. Hope you enjoy it. Try it on your gold games also, and get back to me and let me know your thoughts. Invader went out. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.